What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the BrawlCast. With me, as always, I'm joined by Kimbo and MStubbs88. And today we have two very special guests. We have Haru Ren of the Baku Talk show and the Detective. Why don't you guys tell us what you're all about? What's your guys' channels?
Hi, hey, welcome to the BrawlCast. I'm Haru Ren, and I run Baku Talk, the place where you find your Bakugan news. I do news on the game, the pro game, release dates maybe, announcements by Spin Master, sometimes stuff about people in the community. Whatever is newsworthy, I will report on it, and hopefully be able to get other people to experience the joys of Bakugan. I also do only Elite Bakugan, a kind of casual but competitive kind of a battle league as well that I do with a few of my friends. They have been trained in Bakugan as well. I also do reviews of the Bakugan anime show, and I also do just random miscellaneous stuff on the side as well.
Thanks, Haru.
What a way to overshadow me.
All right.
It's the Detective, and my channel is mainly about all the new products releasing. I do card videos if I could get cards, and recently with the whole Armored Elite dilemma, I've been posting a lot of really quick updates. And I also have an Instagram where I post stuff every day, basically.
Right on. We're super happy to have you guys on. It's nice having members of the Bakugan community on. You know, the last two episodes we've had some very cool guests, but it's also nice to go back down to our roots and to get some community members and other YouTubers on. You know.
Thanks for having me. I always wanted to be on this broadcast. I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous.
I'm a little nervous every time even when I'm recording stuff for my own videos. I go on camera and I'm really nervous.
Do you guys? Okay, real quick question. Do you guys script your videos?
I do.
All right, I don't, because like whenever I get a new product, it just comes to me in my head. So there are a lot of times when I'll make cuts because I misspell things or I go on rants about stuff. But I feel like it works out in the end.
You won't believe this when I tell you this, but Kimbo scripts.
Really?
What?
Oh, yeah, totally, yeah. But I mean, but in all fairness and all honesty, I just go with the flow. That's just how I am as a person. Whether it's my skits or any videos, I'm just like, okay, camera, set up, put this here. Are we ready? Cool.
That's the same way.
It's happened. We just make it.
Yeah. When I do my product review videos, I don't script actually. To be honest, I just open the product and just say my thoughts and what I think about it.
That's exactly what I do.
I don't have time to script. I'm lucky to have time to do a video anymore.
In the beginning, like when Battle Planet was first revealed, in 2018, I actually made a script. I can try to find that. I can search for it now, but I never ended up using it.
So, how's everybody's week going so far?
I got a haircut.
So did Michael, apparently.
I
It was desperately needed.
Yay, ink, Bakugan, love me.
Kim wins.
Kim is a walking advertisement for Spin Master.
They need to pay him royalties or something.
I'd be like, yo, all right, Spin Master, love me.
I mean, it was your choice to get that too.
Yeah, worth it though. It looks amazing. It's like my child. I'm like babying it. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
Anyone sees you, they're gonna know exactly what.
I did have a question for you about your tat, Kimbo. Is there a reason you didn't get the word Bakugan with it, or?
I mean, mainly, one, to save time with what he was doing, but also just like I love like a little bit of a mystery factor. So anybody who's not in the game, they'll just look at that and be like, "What the heck is that? What does that mean?" But anybody who remotely knows the game doesn't need to see the words; they'll just see that symbol and be like, "You are a freaking Bakugan brawler." Yeah.
I dig it.
Never imagined myself getting a tattoo. Like I have thought about it in high school, and but I thought I would get like a large sleeve or something on my right arm.
Oh God!
Right. I never thought I'd be that guy that would get tattoos and then just sure enough we got a whole sleeve and now working on the second one. But worth.
Yeah, my girlfriend would kill me if I got a tattoo.
Really?
Oh yeah, I've told her about it because I want to get one, I told her, and she's like, no.
Oh.
I'm like, okay.
Okay.
But no, this week was a big week for me. I had my 21st birthday on Tuesday.
Hell yeah!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, my dude.
Thanks.
Yes.
We also just went and bought a new car a week ago today, actually. So
Awesome.
What kind of cars?
Yeah, dude. What kind? Yeah.
it's a 2017 Jeep Compass, and I love it.
I love
Get
Jeep.
the Jeep.
Yeah, Jeeps are
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Flashback to like last summer, Stubs. with the Jeep.
Yes, Luke's Jeep is so nice. I actually got to see him the other day. He came down and got to see like the new place and everything firsthand. So
Oh, good.
before coming down for my birthday, which I'm really bummed that Kim can't come, and I figured you wouldn't be able to, Dylan. But I still
Yeah. You know, just on the other side of the country, no big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not even.
Who's the guy
Grand
we had?
technology.
That's true.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do like a live stream or something because it's gonna be all weekend. So
Yeah.
we have to do a broadcast, and I'm just gonna have everybody that's here be with it.
Yeah.
Just gonna have them all huddle up
I mean,
behind me.
anybody who's watching that doesn't know, Stubs' birthday is on the 31st of August. Obviously,
Your boy over
Dylan just
there.
had his birthday, and my birthday is on the 29th of August. So,
So we're
Yeah.
all August.
Awesome.
I think we're all. Wait, when's your birthday, Dylan? I missed it. I'm
The
sorry.
11th.
the
The
11th,
11th.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So all
Darn.
three of
I
you
was
are
about
on
to say
August?
we're all.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just a coincidence. I didn't even know that.
A little
We're
piece of
all
paper.
almost Virgos too.
So,
Yeah.
continuing on, there has been quite a huge deal in the Bakugan community that popped off this week.
Yep.
And we're going to go ahead and let the detective explain this because he's got a little bit of a first-hand experience with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about a week ago, actually, in my the personal server that I have with a few of my friends, someone posted a link to the booster boxes that said that they would be releasing, and they're up for pre-order. And I ordered 2 of them. A bunch of other people ordered them. And that same day, I think Haru did a video on it, and I know Magnus of YouTube did a video on it, posting that they're on Amazon. Everyone was really excited. And then one of my friends, Liam, Photos by Liam, he ordered 2 boxes. And after he ordered them, the listing changed the image from a box to a pack. And he started getting really nervous since, it's a big purchase for 2 boxes. And he was like, oh, is it just a pack or is it a box? And I'm like, no, it's probably just a box. It might just be an incorrect item, like picture. But he received them, and it was actually 2 packs for $200. And more people started receiving them. Ventus Knight yesterday came out of the shadows, and he actually went into the wiki Discord, and he said, oh, we're looking into it, which is a good thing. I'm sure a few people have messaged, a few Spin Master higher-ups as well. And it really is just a sucky situation because, me and I know a number of other people also ordered boxes, and it really sucks.
So far,
And-
I think there's been 6 confirmed cases. It's 5 or 6 confirmed cases where people have received booster packs per $100 they paid.
Yep.
Are we gonna have to start monitoring this like we're monitoring COVID?
Oh God.
How many cases do we have now?
Let's see. Detective got once. Blaze Wheeler confirmed that he had the same thing happen.
Is he
Some guy on Discord, some guy on Reddit, Liam, and
There was one other guy the same day that
and
Liam
another guy.
got it.
Yeah, another guy. I think it was on Twitter or something. Yeah, I think that's 6.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Disgusting. And if multiple, and some of those people got 2, so that's like probably close to $1,000, like worth of sales.
Yeah.
Is
1,000 to
completely
$1,200.
wrong.
Yeah, that's a
It's even
really,
worse.
really crappy situation. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, what's even worse is that they put 2 packs in a giant box. So let's say that it was $4 a pack, and their packs are just shaking around in this huge box. Like, the cards are probably damaged anyway, to be honest.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Like they
So
didn't.
even if
like,
it was
they
just
didn't-
packs, like, it's not very safe of a shipping.
Yeah.
They
Because
didn't-
like
they didn't-
everybody that opened them, it's like you didn't even see any bubble wrap or anything in there to protect those.
Yeah, they're
packs.
just loose. Like what the heck?
Yeah. Like one of them that I got, it was like, I don't know if I showed it in the video, but it was like under one of the flaps on the box.
Oh,
It
good
was like
lord.
trapped under there,
So
and
it's falling out.
yeah,
Man, and people need to like I understand like Amazon is like the one that was in charge of shipping all this stuff, but people really need to like cut them a break because it's more so Spin Master's fault than it is Amazon's, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna stand by that.
Really
Because if Spin Master had, actually separated the SKUs like any other trading card game, we wouldn't have had this issue. Because speaking from experience, I used to work for Target, and I have sorry, I'm getting distracted by these ADHD is pain. Lose this because this keeps exploding. I'm going to keep losing my train of thought. But so worked for Target. I did what's called ship from store, which is where you literally walk around and what the crap? You have basically a phone, and you go around, and it's got a little scanner, and you scan stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's the right thing, and you put it in your basket, and then you take it to the back, and you box it up, and throw a shipping label on it, and get it out of here. So if it's got the same SKU as the entire box, which the box I didn't touch on this before, but the boxes are not sealed. So Spin Master ships these boxes of open packs to Amazon. They're going to be like, oh, this is, it's open. We're supposed to sell them out of the box. I mean, that only makes sense. And the fact that it's confirming, they're not going to look at the price. They're not going to be like, oh, somebody's paying $100 for a pack. I mean, even if they did happen to notice that, I mean, people that aren't as like knowledgeable on card games aren't going to know that that's not outrageous, or that there are like some packs that are almost that expensive from Magic the Gathering.
Oh, for real.
So I don't know. It's understandable that Amazon would be confused. And it's not their fault that they got confused by Spin Master's mistake. Like, love Spin Master to death, love Bakugan to death, and I will be here supporting them through all of their trials and errors and everything. But I'm not going to sugarcoat things when they mess up. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be blunt about it. Love you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah. Can I interject with something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I actually appreciated how you brought up how the boxes weren't sealed. And what I think happened, potentially, is because the original listing showed an actual box on it, and then it changed to a pack right after people started ordering it. So what I think actually happened is, since the different like UPCs like intersected and stuff, when they actually scanned the box as a whole first, and that's why it said box. But then when they first got orders, since the box was already open, it wasn't sealed with plastic wrap, they opened up and they realized, oh, we have another product. So they scanned that, and since it's the same UPC, they just shipped that. And that's probably why Amazon updated, because it might have been, as they were preparing to ship orders out, is when they actually discovered that, oh, these boxes are filled with the packs, and they have the same code on them.
And that the people that are walking around that are filling these orders to be packaged and shipped are people that are literally probably making maybe a little bit more than minimum wage.
Yeah.
So
You really cannot do that.
it's not like it's some professional state of the art. Oh my gosh, I know everything about all of Amazon's products. Person. No, they're not the ones that are setting the orders for the products to come into the warehouse. They're the ones that are literally walking around with probably a device of some sort and scanning what goes in the order and throwing it in a bucket together, and then seeing, oh, this stuff all goes together in this box, put it in this box, and if they scan it and it says, yeah, you got the right thing, they're not worried. They're trying to do their job. They're trying to get through COVID mess, home, family. Their head's not at work. Their head is elsewhere, dealing with what they have going on. They're just at work to earn money and go home.
That's exactly the case, because the Amazon workers are probably making like minimum wage. You're not gonna expect them to like question Amazon if there is a chance that there is someone working at Amazon packaging the orders and like doing all the stuff that's needed, and all of a sudden he knows like, this is like a card game, but why is people paying $100 for this? Like, if that person plays like Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic or any other card game, they're not gonna you can't really expect that to happen. You can't expect any Amazon worker to question that.
And if it were me, like honestly, if it were me and I had no idea what Bakugan was and I was just working there filling orders and stuff, and I did happen to notice the price for one pack, I would look at it and be like, why in the heck would anybody pay this much for one pack? Oh well, and then I would fill the order and go on with my day.
I mean,
like,
even
that's
then,
the deepest my phone.
Even then, for all we know, they probably don't know what people paid for certain items, right?
Yeah, probably not, honestly.
There's also the fact that lots of older card games and older sets from card games run a lot of money, and especially if Amazon's selling it, they go by supply and demand. So for all they know, even if it's a guy that plays Yu-Gi-Oh, they might say, oh, this might be a really rare set, and I guess it kind of is since no one has it, but they might be thinking something like that and might not think anything of it.
Typically, really rare sets are like 20 years old or 10 years old. Even 5. But no, this one's been out for not even a year yet.
Well, they might not know that,
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Or maybe they think it's still connected to the last Bakugan game.
They probably do, honestly. They're probably like, oh, Bakugan, I remember that from 2010. Wow.
Yeah.
That was literally everybody when they announced the video game.
Right?
Everybody was like, what? It's still a thing?
It was like all over. Yeah, it was all over Twitter. It's like everybody was like, "Hey, remember? Hey, Bakugan's coming. Is like back with this new video game. Remember Defenders of the Core?"
I had a really cool experience like that at MomoCon, where I was at last year. Stubbs, were you there or were you?
I was at MomoCon.
Okay, yeah. So I was going down the escalator on day 2 because I was only there for 3 days, and behind me was like this female cosplayer with like a group of people. And the Bakugan booth was right in the front. And I just hear from behind me, oh my god, my brother used to play with those. You better check them out. And then she actually walked in and walked into the booth once we got down. It was really cool.
That's nostalgia.
Really cool.
Yeah. They did really well at MomoCon. Like, they sold a ton.
I wish I could attend more of MomoCon and Anime Expo and stuff.
Yeah.
Really,
even AX is so fun.
For real.
To be honest, I feel very intimidated here. I'm the only one of you guys that's not a Baku Master.
That's no
See, that's another something that's misconstrued. Like, yes, we're Baku Masters or whatever, but I don't know. We're not arrogant. We're not. We're just other members of the community that Spin Master is just so happy.
I talk to you, I talk to Kimbo, and I talk to Detective all the time. Yeah. You guys are like most down to earth guys I've ever talked to. Kimbo and I always talk about wrestling all the time.
Oh, the freaking time, man.
I've gotten a lot of people ask me in the past, like, "Oh my gosh, are you a Baku Master? Do you have like information on season 3?" And like, I just
no.
Is we get to be more involved with Spin Master. Like, it's not all what people think it is when they first hear the term Baku Master,
And it's also not like as much of a handout as people try and make it to be either.
Yeah.
Like, they do send us stuff like every now and again, but it's not like we don't get like freaking truck shipments of diamonds in like a lot of people seem to think we do.
Big clap, just because like a lot of people think, like, because I unbox a lot of stuff on my channel, like, oh, you can gift all that. Nah, man, I just crank hard at my job and I get a lot of background stuff because I'm that avid of a fan where I keep up with everything. I made a promise to keep up with everything, and I'm doing so.
90% of what's on my shelf, I bought myself with my own money.
Like 95%.
I'd say 95%, yeah.
I get this conversation come up all the time. Some friends of mine that I play with here, or some people online always ask, like, they know, I talk to Detective all the time, and then they're always like, they always get cool free stuff. I'm like, guys, it's not at all what you think. Not at all. And I know what you guys are going through, because my girlfriend is actually an influencer herself, and she gets sent stuff all the time from different companies. sorry, the supplements is kicking in.
You're
So
good.
she gets stuff all the time from different companies, and there's so much pressure for those companies to tell her, hey, make a post, review our product, like make it as fast, do it as fast as you can, get the post out fast as you can. She has to work like double time to like try to get it out on time. So it's not just free stuff that she gets. It's like you have to review it, you have to speak your mind about it. This stuff is technically not free. You have to still work for it.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. But like literally on my entire shelf of diamonds, I think I have 3 that came from Spin Master, and I have quite a large shelf of diamonds.
even Spin Master's not going to send you like free stuff all the time, right? And the only time they actually do send you stuff is to make sure to hype up everybody, to like go tell everybody, hey, we got this. If you have the money, I encourage you to go buy it and all that stuff.
Yeah, and even being like a Baku Master, it's like there's some big responsibility with it, because it's not just like, oh, you're a Baku Master, you get free stuff. It's like you really pay attention to what they're doing with the game and such, and then also like even instances like say everything that happened with Amazon, speaking up about it and just be fully honest and real about it, because we have that influence and such, and it's sort of our duty to do so, being a Baku Masters, that being a part of it.
Exactly. And I appreciate you guys speaking out about what happened with Amazon. That's just honest influencing, right? Yeah. If you're not gonna be honest to your audience, then why would your audience care to think about or care about what you think or care about this game anymore, right?
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I do want to mention, like with like any sort of negative feedback that I give, I'm not leaving the game. I'm not going anywhere. Like I'm on this till it dies again. If it dies again,
exactly.
if it goes for 30 years, I'm with it for 30 years. But it's because I love the game. But I'm gonna be honest about, like I would with any of my friends or with anybody that I'm working with, or working side by side with. Like I'm going to be honest with you about, hey, you're screwing up. Hey, you're being a jerk. Hey, this is not right. Hey, this needs to be apologized for. And I feel like there's a lot of people that if they were put in that position, I don't know that they would be able to be as honest or upfront. I feel like they would feel like because they were, a Baku Master or were working with Spin Master, that they would always have to be, perfectly 100% on Spin Master's side with everything that they do. And I think that's part of the reason that some of us have been, probably part of the reason that we've been chosen is because they realize that we're going to give honest reviews on what they're doing, and they want to figure out what they need to do to keep this thing going, because at the end of the day, it's what's making them money.
Feedback's so important.
And that's a really good point. Oh, sorry, Detective. I didn't.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yesterday, it was honestly kind of a hard decision. Like I know that this doesn't seem like that big of a decision, but it was really kind of hard for me to choose what I should do. But I feel like I honestly did make the right choice, because I feel like if I just posted another video and said like, oh, hey, I'm just looking at this other Bakugan stuff, like that's kind of being a little ignorant. And we are the type of people who they watch. So I feel like if anything, if we speak freely about it and people comment, then it's really good for people to know, and then Spin Master sees our videos and they know like what's wrong and how to fix it and stuff.
Since you guys are like really are like closer connected to Spin Master than any other of us that are content creators that are not connected with Spin Master. Like I myself, I'm not a Baku Master, but I do have sort of an audience. Like I have around 700 subs, but I still have kind of an audience, and they do pay attention to what I say and what I do. And you guys, and they especially, if you guys are labeled as like connections to Spin Master, they expect you to be able to, say what needs to be said and make sure Spin Master is watching, because at the end of the day, Spin Master won't care about me or the other content creators that are not connected with them, but they'll care about what you say and what your opinions are. And that's the thing. Like I hear this a lot of times with people in the community, and they always say when we're talking about Baku Masters, and I bring up like the influencer stuff, and they're always like, hey, yeah, we really appreciate the Baku Masters like point of view. And I just had one of my friends say when they saw Detective's video, they saw Kimbo's video, they're like, hey, even Baku Masters are calling out Spin Master about this Amazon issue. And that just makes you guys part of our community, and that's really appreciative of us.
That's something that I want to work towards in the future. Maybe I'll reach out to Brock or somebody about this, but I really want to start blurring that line between who's a Baku Master and who's not. Like, obviously we have this position, but at the same time, I want it to be, or in my opinion, I feel like that line should not be so defined as something that's separating, us from the community. We're as much a part of the community as everybody else is. We have, feelings like everybody else does about specific things, and it just so happens that we got selected and were noticed for.
I never like that. I never like that there is some sort of, the feeling in the community is that there's some sort of wall built between regular content creators and Baku Masters. It's like, crap! I hit the mic. There's like, it's like how do you say? Crap, my English is not good. How do you say? It's like exactly. It's like an irrigation. Like people only encourage others to like say your audience and say, hey, this guy's a Baku Master. You should only watch him instead of this person. I never like that. There's some sort of wall between regular people, because you guys are regular people like us.
Yeah,
exactly.
So what I also hate is that some people, like, purposely, when there's like a big news, like for this type of thing, I don't think I've seen anyone say it for this, but there's kind of a stereotype as well that because we're connected to Spin Master, we can't be honest and we can't have our own opinions. So like sometimes when I defend, like with the whole Age of Orlis thing and the distribution issues, like I've defended Spin Master a couple of times before, and a lot of people retaliate by saying, "Oh, you're just a Baku Master. Like you have to say that."
Yeah,
that's really not the truth.
I saw that.
I'm saying,
I was so mad.
If I personally think that,
you all go ahead.
So like I know, because we learned some information from them at the Invitational about AOA. I don't know if we can still say that or not, but it was really hard because so many people were asking me questions, like in the Wiki Discord, like the day before, because I'm like one of the more active people in the Wiki server. So a lot of people were asking me questions like, what happened to Age of Orlis? And I tried to be vague with it, and it's really a shame because not many people think, like I'm under NDA or whatever. And I'm just trying to be as honest as I can with that kind of stuff.
Right. That's absolutely true. I hate that stigma because a lot of my positivity comes from I'm going to be 28 at the end of this month, and I've had a lot of just like negative life experiences, and I'm just to the point where I'm sick of focusing on so much negativity and everything that I don't want to bring it in on something that I am trying to find enjoyment in, something to get away from the crap that's going on with my life. It's kind of my escape. So I'm not gonna, my focus isn't gonna be on every little tiny nitpicky detail of what could be better. I'm gonna look at what we have and I'm gonna go with what we have. But when something as big as this box issue arises, I'm gonna be honest about it, and I'm gonna say, hey, like I don't like being that guy, but it needs to be said. I'm in a position where I'm more heard than some other content creators because I'm a Baku Master. So it's my duty as a Baku Master to be honest and upfront with Spin Master and with everybody else that Spin Master dropped the ball on this one, or the Bakugan, if you want to be funny.
Exactly.
Well, they didn't just drop the Bakugan; they rolled it off the table.
Yeah, just with everything going on, especially right now, just even with the world and such, it's like M-Stub said it the best. Like, I mean, me personally, I'm about to be, I know to say like quarter century old, but I'm about to be 25 and going through like negative life experiences myself and grinding tail in order to keep up with things, like doing videos on YouTube, really is my escape too. And, it's the same thing with me. I try to be positive about every single thing that I possibly can, because there are some awesome things going on with the game, but also with some things that need to be addressed. Addressing those things, especially this box issue, needs to be addressed, not out of malice or anything, being like, oh, Spin Master is so bad or anything, but like, if there's an issue, it has to be addressed and has to really, really be said, especially when you have that influence and such, and you have a lot of people watching. Like, I know that a lot of people watch my channel and such. Honored as heck about that, by the way. And it's just got to be said about these things, It's got to be put out there so that they can be, like, really addressed. Because them watching the channel, especially, like, a channel like mine, where there is a lot of influence and such, those things can make it where there's more action that much quicker. And if that's something that could happen to really improve things with the game, I'm going to do it, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So yesterday, like, I spoke about this before, but after I published that video, I think it was around like 2 or 3 o'clock in my time. I don't know exactly when, but I published it, and I was honestly feeling really, like, kind of sick after that, because I don't think I've ever been more negative in a video before, but I felt like it was kind of like the greater good. I don't know if that's the right term, but it kind of felt sort of like that at the same time. Because
the right thing to do?
Yeah, I guess.
Real quick.
Really negative. Like Kimbo said, it's like kind of like an escape, but I felt like it was necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, we're about 4 minutes before our small little break here.
Intermission.
And I'll get another meeting going so we can keep talking. But I just wanted to say, there's, like, I guess I've voiced a lot of my other, like, past negative opinions in like some Facebook chats. So I'm not as public with all of my, I guess, negative thoughts on things. But it takes a lot to get me going. But other than that, there's only been one other time, and there's only been one other video outside of the one that I just put out, where I was negative, and I actually unlisted it because things got made right for me. It was back when Aqua's Cricelios had first came out as a Ultra single, and I picked up one. I bought it. I go out to my car. I unbox it, and I don't have one handy, or I would show you. It was the plastic was like so stressed, fresh out of the packaging, that it would not close. It would not stay closed.
Same thing happened in mine.
I was like, no big deal. I was like, no big deal. I took it back in, and I exchanged it. I was like, this one's broken. It's not closing properly. Can I exchange it? They're like, yeah, sure. So I went and grabbed the other one off the shelf, went back out to my car and opened it, and it was the exact same thing. So that was when it kind of pushed me over the deep end. I think this was before I was even a Baku Master. But I made a video. I was like, what the heck, Spin Master? Like, the quality on this is terrible. And then it got me thinking about quality on other Bakugan, like Nilius Ultra. The black paint on his tail, like, it was just falling off all the time. So I was just... Yeah.
Speaking of Nilius Ultra, I picked up a Pyrus Nilius Ultra pack when I was in San Antonio, and when I was closing it, the right head won't close. Like, it won't just stay in the ball. Like, the right head, it's either a right head or left. It's one of the heads just won't stay into the ball. And I was just like, oh, that's just so disappointing. It's so bad. It's too bad I didn't make an unboxing video of it. But I was in San Antonio visiting my girlfriend at the time. I would have. I wish I would have made an unboxing, because I would have pressed the issue out and told the audience, hey, yeah, Pyrus Nilius Ultra does this. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but mine does this.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the only box that I really had an issue with was the pack with Phaedrus, with the Ventus Phaedrus, that big pack, because the leather made it where it would close. That was the only big issue with, but made a video figuring that out and such. And I mean, mine, unfortunately, that prong snapped off, but I just glued it down. It still opens kind of the right way. So But that's like the one I've had a major issue with.
I don't know if it's picking up, but there's like an actual right here. There's like a crack going down, and it's like it's almost about to snap off. And it's been like that like the week after I got it. I actually got this one from Toolbox. He went to Emerald City Comic-Con, and he actually got this from there. So this is like the first batch, and it's really sad because this is a really great design from season 1. But
so I actually ended up getting
those are beautiful.
About less than a minute. I want a darkest one so bad, but yeah, we'll just pick it up on the next one. I'll keep talking there.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we've been.
Stay tuned, guys, for more BrawlCast.
Yeah.
This is what the BrawlCast does.
For you guys that want context, because we're
want to stay on after, I'd be
off
down
awesome
to talk.
collections.
Like even if it's not for the cast, some other time, I could show you all my.
Including.
I have spinning Helios.
Chaos Iron Man.
Helios is my favorite, so
Oh god, it'll be here.
Hydronoid changed his faction again. He thinks he's funny. Do you guys think he's funny?
I think he's funny.
All right, everybody, the BrawlCast is canceled.
You have all the
Now
factions
We're
of
just
him?
going to go through our collection.
Yeah, you got lucky, buddy. No, I have one Hydronoid, but he changes factions all the time.
Ah, I see.
Because he thinks he's funny.
All right, so welcome back. I don't remember what I was talking about, and I said that I was going to finish saying it, but
We were
I guess
talking
another-
about like the responsibilities that we have, like about the news and stuff.
Yeah.
And some personal stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember what I was going to say. It must not be very important.
I mean, I think you guys were talking about like why you guys became BakuTubers in the first place and why you do YouTube in the first place.
Oh, we
It's
were.
fun.
Yeah, you got.
I mean, we
Kimbo
could
was
do that,
saying
we could
that
do
it was
that.
like Kimbo was saying that it's like his escape, right? So
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I think that's what all
I
of you
mean,
were saying.
loving the game so much to where I don't know. I got multiple Bakugan tattoos on my arm, on my sleeve of tattoos, and also recently getting the logo on my shoulder shows that I love the game a lot. So I tried to say it wasn't real, and I'm like, yeah, man, I just sat in that chair for like 2 hours to get a marker tattoo.
People are so skeptical of everything.
Yeah, I don't know why.
When
If you guys want to talk about YouTuber origin stories, I'd be down to do that.
Yeah,
Same.
go for it,
Get-
Dizek.
only on the BrawlCast will you get some personal stories from your favorite BakuTubers.
Yeah. So let's see. One time at band camp. Nah, I'm just kidding. So I mean, like I was big into the game back, literally like 08, 09. At the time, I was like a freshman, going in my freshman year in high school and such. And then Bakugan was the big thing then, because 09. Oh my God, Bakugan! This is awesome. The show's sick. And I was actually one of the ride or die fans that like never left during like Daily Invaders or anything. And even Mectenium Surge, they actually had a sale in my local store. It was before I started my channel, but I collected Bakugan big time before I even started my channel. And they had a big sale. I'll never forget it. Like it was right when Mectenium Surge started. They had like some of the mobile assault vehicles, some of the new Bakugan and such, and they had a sale for like $3 each. I don't know where it came out of. It was around Black Friday too, but they had a big sale. Sadly, I was just like a poor kid that had $20, but I got what I could with that $20. That's for sure. One of them I got was Talion.
Oh, that's a cool one.
But yeah, I played the game all the way up until it fully ended with like the second arc of Mectenium Surge, and then I obviously got really bummed. And it was also when I was getting the Beyblade and such, and I just decided to start my channel. So I had like literally 4 bays in my collection, and then like this pretty decent sized collection of Bakugan then. And then obviously everything like over the years, getting bots and such. The reboot coming in, Spin Master actually like finding me in the middle of nowhere, and I was like, holy freaking crap, and going to both invitationals and then leading to everything. Now, I guess the rest is just history, but
Kimbo, I think one of the first videos I've ever seen from your channel was when you did that Beyblade match on that ice stadium.
Yeah,
ice
yes.
stadium.
That was my first one as well.
Yeah, I guess a little backstory with it. I'll just say real quick. I know it's not a Bakugan thing, but I was doing Beyblade on my channel too. I was big into MFB at the time. I was also a freshman in college at the time, and I had my roommate and also good friend Tajan. And in New York, it gets really, really cold. I mean, people see like the pictures and such, but New York, it's like, does it really get that cold here in the winter? The answer is yes, it does. It gets like negative degrees and it's wild. So that lake was actually the lake right next to my college. And it was so cold that the lake actually started to freeze on the edges outwards. And like there was one year where like it was all but one small little circle that froze on the entire lake. And that's one of the Finger Lakes in New York. It's a pretty big lake region and such. But it got so frozen that people could actually walk on it. People are like, yo, you're actually gonna go out on that ice and stuff? I'm like, heck yeah, man, it's like strong enough, it's sturdy enough. But we didn't obviously go out like way far because like you don't want to fall in that and then like get hypothermia or something. But going down there and seeing it, immediately I had the idea and I went back and talked to him about it. I was like, yo, we should take one of my stadiums and go down there and Beyblade on it. He's like, yes, man, let's do it. So we had the stadium for one of the first battles, and then the one that everybody knows about, actually, I wanted to find an actual pocket on that lake where you could battle in. And sure enough, we found one. We found one the previous day, but we ran out of time because we had classes and then it was getting dark. But went back and found another one. And we battled in that. The rest is history, and that's the video that everybody knows.
That's the origin. So
I wish I'd been doing YouTube when I immediately first got into Beyblade, because well, actually, I think I was. I don't know why I didn't record this, but there's at the college I was going to at the time, there's actually a stairs that lead up onto the roof because there's actually an observatory on the roof, and there's like an area, like a space around the observatory before you go into it, and me and a couple friends have actually, we played Yu-Gi-Oh up there with dual discs, and we also Beybladed in like a dish. So that was cool. We actually, it was the second time that we dueled. We like when we played Yu-Gi-Oh with dual discs. We actually walked down, and campus security was at the bottom of the steps and was like, "What were you guys doing up there?" And I was like, "Playing cards." And he was like, are you all in the science class or blah, blah, blah? I'm like, no. And he's like, just going to give you a warning this time, but you're not supposed to be up there unless you're with your science class or whatever. And I'm like, okay, won't happen again. Sorry.
Oh, the same thing on my campus. We had campus security that did the same exact thing, man.
So the origin for me was, I'm sure some of you guys have possibly seen, I think it was in 2017. I had been ordering Beat-em-on from Japan. I'm sure you guys know, they shoot the marbles and stuff. I had been ordering those from Japan. Yep, the Lord Cavalry. Yep. And
I have a ton of these. So.
Yeah, and I found a listing of Bakugan, and it was legit. Like, all those Japanese evolutions, like Helios Mark II, Master Agro, Elfin, and then a bunch of Bakutech for literally like $20. And I ordered them, and the shipping took like 2 months. And I think it was the first day that I had off from classes. I was still in middle school. And it was the first day I had off from classes, and I did a video like during winter break, and I received it. And I called it Epic Bakugan Unboxing. And it got like 20,000 views. And then I got all these people asking me like, oh, where'd you get these and stuff? And then that's kind of when I joined the Bakugan community. And there was like a few months later, we got rumors of Battle Planet. And if you go back to legit 2017, you'll see a video I did called Bakugan Battle Planet, My Hopes for the Future. And, Illinok did one, you did one, Kimbo. Like, all the Beyblade YouTubers were jumping on the bandwagon. It was amazing. I remember exactly. It was like 2017, 2018. And, yeah, that's kind of when it all started. It was pretty awesome.
I think I first got introduced to your channel because I watched some beat-em-on videos that you were doing. Because at the time, I was just collecting beat-em-on and building them just for nostalgia's sake. And I'm just like, I wonder if anybody on YouTube's ever done a beat-em-on. And I just find your channel. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, it's so cool how all these things kind of get connected.
For me, my very first, actually, let me find it. I'm sure you can probably go on my channel and watch it. It's literally a maybe 40-second clip of me doing a very quick review of, let me see if I can find him. I know he's in here. I've seen him the other day. There he is. Oh, this is so bad. Of my custom Vexos Dragonoid. I actually took it. I was like, I think I was a freshman in college. I took apart the gold series from Walmart and just a regular Pyrus one, and put them back together and made this bad boy. And it's literally a 40-second video that I recorded with my LG NV3 and emailed it to my friend, who logged into my YouTube account and uploaded it for me because I couldn't upload it from my phone because I didn't have internet.
Dylan, is this recording? I don't see a little. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot to start recording. That's my fault.
With the last clip, it actually said on my computer like, "Oh, it's recording."
Yeah, because I recorded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's recording on my end.
Okay.
Oh.
That's okay. It's recording on my end. I record using a different program. He was recording it like in the software, in Zoom. But yeah. No, my channel actually started as a Beyblade channel.
Challenge accepted.
They were very cringy videos. They're still on my channel if you guys want to watch them. Feel free. Feel free to make fun of me. Like, text me and make fun of me for it too, because they were very bad. And I was in high school, so I was embarrassed that I had a YouTube channel about it. So all my videos were like shoulders down, and I like made my voice deeper on purpose, just so people would be like, "Oh, that's not Dylan. Fuck this guy." Oh, I'm gonna bleep that out. But yeah, like, I was super embarrassed, and now you look at the videos now, and it's like I laugh about it, and it's like, I've improved a lot since then in my editing.
I relate to that in a big way because I've been doing it for like 8 years. It's like when I started my channel, I was so quiet. Like, you could see some of my first videos. Like one of my first videos was actually like a bay hunting video at the time. Well, kind of Baku bay hunting because it was the very end of like the Titanium Surge. You could still find some Bakugan stuff, mainly Beyblade stuff. And I hardly talked in the videos, and I was just so shy. I was like, oh God, like, what if somebody finds out I got a channel? But also like being really passionate about it. And now it's even like everybody in my, now former hometown, I mean, I still work there, knows that I have a channel, and everybody that's known me growing up, they're like, yo, like, you actually like gotten really big with this. That's crazy, coming from this small town where like you don't expect to see like a star or anything. And some people are like, you're like the star of the town. I'm like, oh, I'm not trying to be. I mean, I'm surprised that we've gotten this far, you know.
So I think about a year ago, I had a friend message me who he wasn't even like a big friend, but he was someone who I went to school with like 4 years ago, who moved to London, and he like went to this new school and everything. And I got a message from him on my private Instagram account, and he was like, "Bro, you have 13,000 subs on YouTube. Congrats!" And that was like a year ago. And it was pretty crazy since I literally had not messaged him for 2 years at that point.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
See, when people recommend you.
Sorry. My channel, like I said, it started with the crappy Neo custom that I did. And I got really just into doing like Bakugan reviews and stuff. Yeah. And I've actually still got some footage from the BBL in Johnson City, Tennessee. Back in, 2009, 2010, where like we were playing old school Bakugan. I've still got some of those on my channel. And then Beyblade got rebooted, and I got really excited about that. And that's when I got into Beyblade. And that's when I first seen Kim's channel forever ago. And then I kind of fell off of Beyblade and got into Yu-Gi-Oh! And you can actually go on my channel, and I've got a couple like really poorly done Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profiles. From there, I got kind of into Magic, and then because I was kind of into Magic, I quit going to classes in college and flunked out of college. So mad at myself over that because I don't even play Magic anymore, and it was definitely not worth. But so I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Like really competitive, and that's when I did those videos. and then Yu-Gi-Oh kind of started dying off, or well, not really dying off, but I just don't like where the game's at right now personally. So I kind of dropped off the competitive scene after making it to nationals 3 years in a row, and just being a pretty competitive player in the game. Not one of the top players by far, but I was definitely up there. And we have 10 minutes at this point, just so you all know. We can do another one. I don't care. I don't know how much footage we have, but whatever. From that point, I moved into it was right around the time that I found out that Beyblade Burst Beyblade Burst came out, because I seen Beyblade Burst at Walmart, and I was like, holy crap. So I got back involved with the WBO and started learning that Takara Tomy Beyblades were better than Hasbro most of the time. And so I had like a good bit of Hasbro bays, and I actually completely quit buying Hasbro bays and converted completely to Takara Tomy after I went to my first WBO tournament at Star City Anime in 2016, I want to say, in Roanoke, Virginia. And I actually made it into the top 4. Yeah, I made it in the top 4 for my very first tournament. So I was hooked. So I went on and competed in a bunch of other WBO tournaments. And that's how I ended up going to the BakuTuber Brawl. And that's when I actually got to meet Kim.
I was there too, but I didn't meet either of you. We were all in the same room, which was crazy. I remember I saw you and I was like, "Whoa, he's so big!" I had never. You were 6 feet, and I've been growing a lot in the past year, so you were so much bigger. I was
man. Everybody saw me there, and they were just like, "Holy crap, this dude's huge!" I'm just like, "This is my second tournament ever. Holy crap, this is wild. How many people are here?" And also, there's 200 people in that small venue, and it was also really hot. It was crazy. It was so hot. I mean, it was a lot of fun, but it was wild.
Yeah, it was.
I have not played Beyblade ever since the first series. All the plastic, the thing when they had plastic. No, I have not played Beyblade at all.
Dude, Plastic Gen is so cool, though. No. It's probably still my favorite.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I was
big into Metal Fight, and then Beyblade Burst, I kind of just fell off the wagon, because the reason you switched over to
Hasbro bays were solid up until
the
first and second seasons.
Because
they were
Hasbro bays weren't
and then
competitive, but they were more
started thinking. I mean,
they were
fun
more
still, but
accessible for
competitive wise,
and were really good.
Takara Beyblades,
they were hard. That was the last one I bought. That was really
that's just still really good.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah, man, their Metal Fury line, they did the same thing, and they gutted some of them, which I thought was cool, but then they did, some of the Hyper Blades and fixed their wrongs. Some of them looked like a big old bowl of Fruity Pebbles, but still, we'll ignore that. They still had, the accurate parts.
Yeah.
I've heard those were.
But just to give you all an idea of how I am when I get into, playing a game competitively,
it looks cool.
I started.
Then they did the Legend series.
Like I said, in 2016, and I dropped off.
Yeah.
Or no. I didn't start playing Beyblade in 2016. It was 2017. So I started in 2017, and I dropped off at the end of 2018. It was mid 2017. And I dropped off at the end of 2018. And when I dropped off, when I quit competing in WBO tournaments, I was ranked 15. I was number 15.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, I guess we did talk about Beyblade a lot.
But that's just so if there is a ranking system for Bakugan or anything like that,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Beyblade cast.
If that ends up happening,
oh my god,
you're gonna see your boy in the at least top 20.
That would be so. If Spin Master is watching this, and if we can get LGS support. I know there's a lot of people, because all of our fans just kind of converge on this video, and I know that we have a pretty good chunk of the fans in the community, not all of it, of course, but a pretty good chunk between all of us. I'm sure if LGS support happens next year, we could actually get that going, and it would be so cool to have a full competitive roster with tournaments, and it would be even the original anime, where there was the online rankings.
That ranking system.
I wanted to do I want to see them do what Yu-Gi-Oh does and have regionals. Then like like if you if you do really well at a regional, you get
That's what I was
an
gonna talk
invitation
about.
to a national event.
I was also going to
If you
say,
do really well at nationals, then you can participate in a world tournament.
They did something similar to that last year. Anime Expo, Phoenix Knight won. And
Yeah, for the invitational, but like I want to see it on a bigger scale. Like I want to see
that would be.
like several different places on the East Coast hosting regional events, and same with Midwest and West Coast or whatever.
Maybe like the
all
top.
hosting regionals, and then the top players from each area or whatever, whoever tops a regional gets an invitation or earns their invite to nationals, and then everybody comes to nationals, which is kind of a medium, like a halfway point for everybody or something.
That would be that's the dream, really.
And then everybody compete there, and then that happens for Australia and all these other countries and stuff, Canada, and then Canadian. Everybody just has their nationals, and then the winners, top four of each nationals goes to a worlds, and it's at like a different huge city somewhere out throughout the world each year.
That would be
that's what Yu-Gi-Oh does, and that would be so cool.
That would give players something to go for, shoot for. And
for real.
Yeah, it would hype up the game even more, right?
So we need the first thing we need is toy and card distribution. We need LGS support, and then that can come. And if that does, I feel like the game will be in a good state. If in a year from now we have all of these, and then maybe even Anime Expo next year, they announce big announcement at Anime Expo. Regionals are going to start in like 2022. Like, how big would that be? That would be
insane.
That would be huge. You would definitely see me reporting that.
See, so
I mean, hopefully we're there to report that.
I'm no tournament expert or card game expert, but from my experience, what a game needs to continue selling and to continue thriving is first, the game needs to be fun. Second, local communities need to be developed. After those are developed, or with something that helps those develop, is local game shop support.
Yep.
So as long as that support's there, it gives people reason to keep playing and a way to win things and continue making their deck how they want it. Easy access to the supplies to make their deck how they want. And then third, you need premier level events that people are going to want to travel for. People that have nice prizes for doing well in them, and that gives people a reason to continue playing. That gives people a reason to go to locals. That gives people a reason to buy product because they want to keep up, because they want to win. They want to be number one. That's what helps push games like TCGs and things like that to keep surviving. That's why Yu-Gi-Oh does
2 minutes left.
and is doing well despite how terrible the game state is. That's why Magic, has been thriving so well for all these years, despite recently how horribly Wizards of the Coast has treated its players. Like that's why Pokemon. That's why they have really good prize systems for their tournaments and things.
For real.
But we have about a minute and a half left, so we're gonna take break number 2 because I'm down to keep going on this cast.
Yeah. Same.
Totally.
You all good? Okay, cool. What I was saying is...
Wait, are we starting recording again?
Yeah, we're recording.
All right, cool.
So yeah, like I was saying, that's from my experience. That's like what gets me interested and what keeps my attention to a game. Being able to compete, being able to see where I sit compared to other players that are playing as hard and as competitively as I am. Like I like to know where I rank. So, Master, we would love to see something like that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm sure everyone would. So, for me, if we can all just talk about, I guess, what we think makes a game. So I played a ton of card games over the past few years, and I haven't really stuck with any of them except for 2, which are Bakugan, of course, and Vanguard because not much Bakugan stuff has released in the last year. So I've been playing Vanguard basically since February. And I played it a while ago too. But for me, like just knowing that cards are going to be released at a certain time and they're going to come out and I will know what to expect and that there's a market for them. And then from there, once I get those cards, I get that feeling that like I've really made an improvement to my deck and my play style. And I feel like the main thing for me right now is just being able to get the cards, like just period. Once that happens, of course, the whole competitive scene. Like last year, I hope I'm not rambling on too much, but I kind of separated last year, which was 2019, into a few kind of eras. The golden age of Bakugan for me was like March to May, because we had Resurgence and we had Momocon and we had Emerald City, and those were like really big events. And I feel like that was kind of when Bakugan was really thriving. So I really hope that we return to that point, and then we can surpass it in the future.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. The thing that, I'm the same boat as you. Like before I started Bakugan, I was really into Vanguard. I was doing Vanguard at the time, and Vanguard had just rebooted, and I was really deep into that. But Bakugan came around, and I decided, hey, you know what? This looks fun. I saw Simo's video on Bakugan. I watched some BakuTubers try to get some more opinions. Kimbo, you're one of the guys that I watched to like try to get ideas of what Bakugan. M Stubbs, I saw your Mono Darkest deck profile.
It's so bad.
and I was pleasantly surprised to see like Detective doing videos too on Bakugan, I
was doing like 2 a day.
Simo's video that were with him in the finals facing Ilanuk, and I'm just like, oh wow, this looks fun. I need to research some more about it, and that's how I got into it. Pretty much, found myself starter deck, and I'm just like, I want to play Mono Darkest because that's kind of what I did in the original series. For like the 2 seconds that I've played the original game. I liked buying the Battle Brawlers packs, and I like going to stores and buying the Battle Brawlers packs, and just like I cleaned out those stores, and then Resurgence comes around, and I'm like, oh, new set, that's very exciting. Never seen it here in Canada. Age of Auralist was announced. I'm like, we don't even have Resurgence yet. What the heck? Not here in Canada. And that's pretty much the main thing. You got to get your cards out there. The key thing to this world right now, to the business market, is distribution. Right. That's the thing I've been saying all the time. The key thing about market is distribution. You want to get Coke Zero, Pepsi Cola. It's all about distribution. If you can't go to your store to find it, you can't order it, right? So that's what I feel like. I feel like Spin Master should set up a separate website where they can do self-distribution.
Totally.
So
Totally.
That would be amazing.
I hate to use like other examples. WWE. I'm a huge pro wrestling fan. WWE's key market to its kind of stock market. Yeah, the key to its stock is distribution, and that distribution of the WWE network. Vince McMahon turned his back on his pay-per-view money and curated and libraried his entire history of WWE into the WWE network and did self-distribution. So that's pretty much the key demographic here. He cut out the middleman. In this case, for Bakugan, they would cut out Walmart, they cut out Target, they cut out Amazon, they cut out Toys R Us, any kind of whatever retailer is handling the cards, and they would go directly to consumer. They would cut out the middleman, go direct to consumer, and I think that's important because that's the thing that keeps the TCG going. It's all about getting your cards out on time, getting your cards to your customers, and just trying to get your work out there.
Honestly, this day and age, with how so many things are online focused anyways, if they took the Bakugan website and added a web store to it,
Oh my gosh. Yep.
I think that would blow. I think they would make so. I don't think they could keep up with sales, honestly.
They would need to hire more people to do that.
Yeah.
They would have like a separate department in that company to handle that website.
I think
you would hire the tech people, you would hire tech support, you would hire the people that's handling that warehouse, and hire a manager, and all that stuff.
So if I may add something, when I at the Invitational and stuff, I was talking with a lot of the different people there, and I feel like what they do is they bring in other people from other Spin Master divisions. And, of course, Justin and Gary, they were brought in from a third party, game design company. So I feel like if they made a specific team just for the distribution of Bakugan specifically, as opposed to other Spin Master products, I feel like it would really help, especially, with the website idea that we just suggested.
Yeah, definitely. It's a website would be a big deal because everything these days is on the internet. The internet is exploding these days, and most transactions are done on the internet. Especially right now, the time that we're in, the pandemic that's going on right now, everything is done online. We don't want to go in. We don't want to go into a restaurant to order our food anymore, right? Because otherwise we're gonna get the virus. So what do we turn to? We turn to Uber Eats. We turn to Skip the Dishes or whatever kind of food delivery app that you have, and you would get your food that way.
Mm-hmm.
So key to market is trying to find out what's driving the market that's today's age. So in this case, the internet is a very big exposing place. People do transact. Even kids even kids these days, they're spending money online. Kids are. I'm hearing stories. Kids are donating to $20,000 at Twitch streams. Oh, good lord! That's pretty much your key market. Make a website. Go on the internet. Try to make an online service so that you can have a more general access to your loyal customers.
Yeah,
that would definitely be better. Be a lot better.
I'm sorry. I hope I didn't bore you guys.
No,
no, not at all. Great. It's also it's an interesting case even for me because during the whole transition period, I know people, if they're not just Beyblade fans, like Bakugan fans, I just did a lot of unboxings and such, and some of those happened to blow up, and then that's actually how Spin Master found me. Anybody who doesn't know that's watching this, I was actually at both invitations. I know people know I was at the second, but I was also a part of the first. So I was there right at the get-go when they were explaining everything, and they were showing off the new era to everyone. And at first, I thought it was a little bit of a scam. Oh god, what the heck? There's no way. Just hinting about Bakugan coming back, and then sure enough, hit him up about stuff, and then I was on a plane, and then I was like, what the? This is real. I'm going.
Kimbo, I saw you in that. I saw you in that video.
But, your video.
It was just going and explaining everything because they had reached out to obviously a bunch of different YouTubers from different spectrums. Me and Ilna with Beyblade, but also knowing I had influence with Bakugan. They got Team APS. They had gotten Leon Hart there too. Simo. They'd reached across all the graphics for a lot of the games like this on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I found for the first invitational. That's what I broke it down to when I saw that. You and Illinak were are Beyblade and stuff. Simo and Team APS are Yu-Gi-Oh, Negative Legend, and Billiam does general talk of stuff. They did talk about Bakugan before. They got people from different departments to try to of gaming communities to try and spread the game to every single part of a community as possible. Mm-hmm. Smart business strategy. That's what I'm gonna say about it.
So, Kimbo, your video. I remember the one with the Chaos Howl Core deck that you opened there when you got the stuff. That was what sold me on the reboot because. So the funny thing is, I was at a Beyblade tournament that day, believe it or not. And on the car ride home, I get a notification and I see Chaos Howl Core opening, and that's kind of when that started.
I was during all of that, the first invitational, I was sitting downstairs at my mom's house, crying. Actually, not really. I wasn't really crying, but I was really sad because I really wanted to be there, and Kim was pushed so hard for me to be there, and they never reached out to me, so I didn't.
I was sitting in my class at university when Simo's video came up, something about Bakugan. I'm like, oh, I remember Bakugan. Simo's promoting it for some reason, even though it's a Yu-Gi-Oh channel. I might as well check it out. Bam, and then I saw him playing a game with Ilnuk and in the finals. I'm like, holy crap!
That was big.
Is this out? I'm like, is this out already? It was like it would have been like February or March or something when I saw that. So Bakugan was already like a month in. I'm like, I'm going to the store and finding something.
Yeah, I was rooting for Ilana that whole time.
I didn't
know who Simo was.
Oh,
He was a really great guy.
Even just being there. Oh my god! Even just the vibes and everything of being there. Like, you have a photographic memory, and then you just remember all these things happening, and it's like, holy crap. And I mean, granted, it gives me a little bit of legitimacy for being like, I'm pretty decent, because granted, both years at the Invitational, whoever made it to the final beat me. So, there is that.
My loss is the guy sitting beside of me.
Who's sitting beside you?
On my screen, it shows the detective. He's talking about me.
Oh, on my screen,
on my
screen, it's Dylan.
On my screen, it's one. It's row 3.
Studs. I did beat you though at Anime Expo.
True, but at the Invitational, the only reason I didn't make it to the finals is because I lost to Dylan, and
I shouldn't have won. I started having him like count damage before he could play a card, and he was just too nice to tell me.
I had a card.
I feel like I would get badly whooped by all of you.
It was like I'll even just saying like some backstory with things. We all got our issues and such, and I personally had some like family issues at the time with honestly a certain sibling. Stubbs knows about this, but I didn't tell like really anybody else with it. But while even things were going on with the Invitational, like the second one, and I was really excited about things, there was family also just kind of toxic vibes bringing them in. And won't even lie, it did throw me off my game. There's no excuse for Fire Lena beating me right there. So she's really good. She's really freaking good. And we all know that. And I made like literally one big mistake with it because it was so close. Our cards were so close, and we were both literally shaking in our brawls. Like I streamed like my part of the brawl with it. We were both just shaking. We were so nervous. We were like, oh my god, there's so much with this. And me being there again, I'm like, I want to show what the heck I can do. Like, especially because I got a second chance to do this. And in my head, honestly, what my family had said to me did get to me big time, and I made one mistake. And that being like when it was the damage phase, I flipped too many cards. I flipped more than I needed to because I had cards that stopped it. Because my deck that I had made, like the draft, actually was really defensive with flip cards.
Yeah, you had a lot.
It was actually really balanced, but I had overflipped. And then I didn't realize until it was too late. And I had some good moves, and it was still close. She was down to her last few cards. It was like, I think she had like 2 or 3 cards left. But that last attack is what beat me. It was that close. I think out of all the brawls with that Invitational, we might have had the longest brawl.
Yeah.
My deck was stacked. The cards were in my favor. I literally, like, for my Invitational deck, my Bakugan lineup was Darkest Bayroll, Chaos Trox Ultra, and Aquos Hydrus Core.
Well, that's broke. That is broke. I remember I was building the deck with you. That Trox alone is just so good. Like
it is
800. That's just it's nuts. Or 700, right?
Chaos Trox Ultra.
Yeah, I happened to get the Drago, which was cool. I got Drago Ultra. I guess the main one that was kind of crazy was Hardcore Lecter. He got the Pegatrix, but then he also pulled the Evo for Pegatrix. He only pulled one, which I was glad about. But I was there when he pulled it. It's like no turtle. Oh my god!
He also got the epic character card for Pegatrix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Before that was even a thing. Like
your microphone is really low.
It is?
Oh, no, it's not.
Hello.
Also, as far as I'm aware, he also is the only person with a copy of Silent Spears with text.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Silent Spears.
The ones I used for my full
that one was just in the set.
Those are proxies. So.
Yeah, Kimbo.
Yeah, he's
honestly,
the only person I know with it.
Yeah, Kimbo. Honestly, I'll probably be shaking just sitting across from you, and we wouldn't even have our game begin.
If it ends up happening, are any of you guys going to be at the Chicago event, the Bakugan event in Chicago?
I'm gonna try my hardest.
If it still happens, because it might, it probably won't. But
I don't think I
does.
can. I don't think I can if I wanted to, because Canada's not letting anybody leave the country due to.
And even for me, it's like New York is cracking down hard with things. It's hence the reason why I can't go see Stubbs for our joint birthday and stuff. Or even I honestly can't even travel like anywhere because New York. I mean, it's a given. You see on the news they're cracking down like big time with things. So even if I wanted to travel, I honestly couldn't. And if I did, I would have to quarantine for 14 days, which would mean I'd have to call off my job, and that would be a whole mess. So, yeah.
That's exactly why Ruby Dragonoid can't come.
I was supposed to go to San Antonio this summer, but unfortunately, because the borders closed, and also Texas is very bad right now.
Dang it, Hellenic, wear a mask.
But yeah, I guess you know what? I'll do a little segue into something I'm curious about. So for all of you guys, what is like a Bakugan that hasn't come out yet that you're really looking forward to seeing get released? I personally love the design of Sabra X Pyravian. That thing looks freaking menacing.
It looks
and also
so good.
just havoc, enough said. And I really, really want that. I found the pack with the Pyrus Arliss one.
Yeah, it's on.
I found that on Amazon, and I'm like, I'm getting that. They said it's going to be like available like the 25th or something. I'm like, you know what? I'm pre-ordering that because I really want that. I've been waiting for that Bakugan, and it's just, it looks so sick.
I'm really excited for Krikelios and Hydronoid because that design looks just like a better version of Hydronoid from Battle Planet.
It does.
And I feel like it really looks like Alpha Hydronoid. Just the way that it has the three pieces that fold out and then the two bigger heads, it kind of looks like Alpha Hydronoid almost. But for competitive, I'm really excited for Ventus Ryarazu because there aren't a ton of good Ventus Bakugan. Like, Ventus Scorpiros canceled, Ventus Pyravian is like exclusive to Europe at this point. So I'm really excited for Ryarazu when that comes out.
I mean, I don't think I agree with that Krikelios Hydronoid. It looks better than Battle Planet Hydronoid, unless you're talking about the core.
Oh, I was talking about the core.
Oh, you're talking about core version. Yeah,
I still think it looks better than the Ultra, though, in my opinion.
Boo! I like the I like the. I don't know. I like the Ultra. Do you like yourself? Okay.
All right, guys. So unfortunately, I have to take off. If you guys want to keep on going, I'll keep it rolling. If that's good.
We can call it right here, and then we can just
chat
talk some more after.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can leave it rolling. Like we can
really
end the
long
podcast
episode.
here. Like, bye guys, we love you. We're gonna keep talking.
But I have to ruin the fun. I'm sorry.
No.
It's all good. But yeah, I guess
It'd be like a
if you're
2-hour
watching this
episode
main
anyway.
thing is just cards, please, because it will help out with a lot of stuff. And cards.
Absolutely.
I want to play this game at a really
And I love you.
competitive level. Like, please, Spin Master. Please.
Yeah, the last time we had that was like AX, so it's pretty crazy. I haven't actually played a game of Bakugan since December, since wasn't able to get the LGS going with the meetups that we were having. We had to run them ourselves and stuff. So it's really a shame.
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening in.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you, Detective. Thank you, Haru Ren, for coming on. It's been
an honor.
It's been awesome having you all on here. Look forward to seeing you all on here again in the future, maybe.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I gotta put out one small little thing before this ends, and that's Baku Talk. Haru Ren gets inspiration from Wrestle Talk with Ollie Davis and such, and I found this out like literally a few weeks ago, and it blew my freaking mind being a wrestling fan. And I realized that and put the pieces together, and I kind of flipped out and fanboyed.
Yes, you commented that, and I definitely confirmed that this channel is inspired by Wrestle Talk.
Oh wow!
All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you.
Remember to keep calm at Brawl On. And I guess that's the BrawlCast. I typically
Hey, awesome.
I'll do my intro for the BrawlCast. I've been Haru Ren, and that was BrawlCast.